Time for a 5th grade game here at the Otterbein Classic. It is the OSP Saints and the NWO Ball Club. It's Jeremy Scott, actually the NWO Bball Club, excuse me. And the OSP Saints will be donning the white. Meanwhile, the NWO Bball Club will be in the red, white, and blue. And so we will see how this shakes out. And after this, we will be taking a lunch break, Caleb, Graham, and me, but then we will be back. We promise. We will have all kinds of action for the rest of the day. But, hey, they got to feed us at some point, even the lowly commentary team here. And, of course, it's a good time to give a shout-out to the aforementioned Caleb Graham, making all the camera work happen, and even on the game that he is not doing the camera work for. He is doing the camera work for this game, but for the one he's not doing it for, that's still his equipment. So shout-out to him and to his lovely girlfriend, as well as to Tom Strasser calling the action on the other court. And, of course, a shout-out to Jeff Ferguson, John Ferguson, and all the administrative staff of the Girls Basketball Association. So we are set for tip here at the Otterbein Classic, this 5th grade game between the OSP Saints and the NWO B-Ball Club. Ball Club will be McCoy. Tipping it for the OSP Saints, Conzila. Referee has a few words. Ball's up in the air, and it's controlled by OSP. All right, so the OSP Saints will take it, and that is Murray. Murray loses it on the dribble, goes out of bounds, and it's going to go now to the NWO B-Ball Club. So NWO on offense. That'll be Kester to take the ball down the floor. Kester. Bounce pass over to Homan. Homan is going to dribble it. Homan down low. Homan a bounce pass. Shot up, no good for McCoy. And McCoy gets her own rebound. The offensive board. Outside, there's a 2-point shot. That's up, that is no good. And there is Homan on the rebound. Then it's taken by OSP. That was number 23, Conzila, on that rebound. So back comes OSP on offense. There's a shot that's up, that's no good. And it's going to remain in the hands of OSP. There's a shot from just beyond the elbow that's no good. Taken there by Murray. Murray, down low it goes, and that is partially blocked. Conzila on the shot. Nice block there on the part of the NWO B-Ball Club, but then there's a steal, and then OSP gets it back and putting it up and in. That is Conzila, who draws first blood for OSP, and the score 2-0. OSP leads early on. On the other end, NWO. Bounce pass into the short corner. That's a shot that's up, and that is no good. And that is then stolen away by Ohio Sports Plus. Well, at least it's tied up, and then the tie-up will favor NWO. So NWO inbounds it. Outside to Kester. Kester with Murray on her. Kester, crossover dribble from the elbow, a shot. That's up, that's no good. And that is rebounded by Conzila. So Conzila takes it down for Ohio Sports Plus, who has it back on offense here. Of course, these are 12-minute halves, being that these are only 5th graders. As Murray gives it off into the high post. There's a shot for 2 for Graham. That's up, that's no good. And it's wrestled down by Thornell. Kester picks up her dribble, gives it off to Homan. Over it goes to Thornell. Thornell on the shot, that's short. And then it's taken by Ohio Sports Plus. But they're going to say that Weatherwax stepped on the end line there, the boundary line, the baseline. And so it will be NWO ball. Homan to inbound. There's a shot that's up, and it's no good for Thornell. There's a shot, put-back opportunity. That is up, and that is in there for McCoy, who ties it at 2-all. Pass into the lane it goes. And there's a shot that's up, and that's no good. And that's taken down by Thornell. Back up ahead comes NWO, and that is Reindl. Reindl playing the point. She has Weatherwax on her. Reindl into the short corner. She comes now. Bounce pass. 4-2. It's no good for Homan. And it's pulled down by Hoying. Murray is going to have it go off of her thigh and out of bounds, and back it goes to NWO. As OSP steals it away, OSP's got it back on offense. That is Murray. Murray driving it down. She's going to pull up. Murray on the baseline. There's a shot that's up. Nice block there. Nice block there on the part of Homan. And there's a tie-up between Homan and Hunt. And the possession arrow will favor Ohio Sports Plus. So the Saints will take the ball out of bounds. And checking in for OSP will be Moreland, and checking out Murray. Inbounds it comes. That is Hunt. Puts it up and in there. It is 4-2. OSP leads NWO. That's Reindl playing the point. She's met by Moreland. Reindl is going to bounce it out. That's a 2-point attempt by Hoffman, and it is up and good. So 4-4 is the score. With 8 minutes to play here in the first half. And that is Weatherwax. She gives it off. There's a shot that's up, and that is good for 2 for Hoying. So Hoying with her first 2 of the game. And all of a sudden, these teams are trading buckets at 6-4. On the right wing. That is Hoffman. Hoffman. To Reindl. That's up, and that's good for 2. So like I said, these teams, after not scoring within the first few minutes, are just giving buckets back and forth. It's 6-6. That's Moreland. Moreland giving it off to Weatherwax. Weatherwax for 2. It's good. So another answer. 8-6. OSP back on top by 2. That is Reindl. Bounce pass. Over to Hoffman. Hoffman on the drive. That's up. That's no good. Rebound there. That is up, and that doesn't fall for Hawkinson. And on the other end, that's up, and there's a foul. And so I do believe Moreland is going to be going to the free throw line to attempt a pair. That's the first team foul on either side. So Moreland, who doesn't have any points yet, will have a chance to do just that. Moreland's first shot is up, and it falls. Good. 22 and 5 will check in for Ohio Sports Plus, respectively. Graham and Muselowitz. Second shot is up, and it is good. So Moreland, 2 of 2 from the foul line. 10-6 is the score. As Reindl plays the point. She's met by Moreland. Reindl going to take it herself into the low post, bounce it out, and that's over to Hoffman. And Hoffman gives it back to Huffman. Hoffman. There are 2 Hoffmans on this team, 13 and 3. There's Hoffman to Hoffman. Hoffman on the right wing. Gives it to the short corner and Hoffman, and there's a block. Nice block there by Hoying. It goes out of bounds, so NWO will keep possession of this, but good job by Hoying to get her hand up there and knock that ball away. 32 and 23 in for OSP, Rogers and Conzella. As OSP inbounds. There's a shot that's up. That doesn't fall. as NWO not able to do anything with that possession, and it is OSP's ball now. Driving it down, putting it up, and in there. That's 2 more for OSP. Graham with her first 2-point bucket of the ball game. Reindl. She's going to put up a shot. That's going to be well short, and that's taken by Muselowitz. Muselowitz on the rebound. Bringing the ball up the floor is Moreland. Moreland. Over it comes to Graham. Graham into the paint. Graham looking for somebody to pass it to. There is somebody to pass it to, and putting it up, and that's no good. Rebound there. That's no good, and that's taken by NWO. That is going to be Reindl to play the point. As a timeout is called from the NWO sideline. 12-6 the score. 5:18 to play here in the first half. We'll be back here on GBA TV. As we resume action, it's the Saints 12, NWO 6. Jeremy Scott here at the commentary table. Caleb Graham manning the camera. And NWO on offense. That is Kester. Bounce pass over to Hoffman. Hoffman on the right wing. She's got Muselowitz on her. Hoffman in the short corner. Dishes it out. That's over to Hoffman. And that's Turnwald. Giving it up. And underneath. That's over to Hawkinson. Puts it up. That's no good. And rebounded by NWO. So offensive rebound. There's a putback opportunity that does not fall. And there's a rebound by Hoffman. She puts it up and in. So Hoffman's got 4. And the score, 12-8. Well, apparently I must have... Okay, no, it is 12-8. I looked over the scores table. It said 12-9. I said I must have missed a 3-point opportunity somewhere. But no, I had it right. It's 12-8. Muselowitz. And she's tied up by Hoffman.
So let me ask you a question. Lydia, you brought it right in front of your body. Rip it high at Lydia or low. Okay? Get back. Addie, get back.
NWO on offense. Off of that jump ball situation. And apparently there's some kind of confusion about substitutions here on the NWO side. Okay, they've got everything set. And we resume action. We're at 4:17 to play here in the first half. The score 12-8, OSP leading NWO. That's Kester playing the point here for NWO. Kester is going to pull up. She's going to be tied up. She's going to bounce it out. That's over to Thornell. Thornell at the elbow. Dishes it. That's a 2-point look. That's up. That's an air ball. And it's taken by Moreland. Moreland gets it over to Graham. Graham with Hoffman on her. Over goes to Moreland. Bounce pass. That's Rogers. Rogers on the pivot, giving it to Moreland. Moreland over to Conzila. Over to Graham. Back to Moreland, who puts it up, and that ends up in the hands of Muselowitz. Muselowitz outside to Graham. Graham. And that's knocked out of her hands. It will remain OSP ball. As a couple check in here for OSP, 1 checks in for NWO, so the substitutions will be made. And then the ball will be inbounded by Graham. There's a shot that's up, and that's no good. Rebounded by Graham. That's over to Muselowitz. Muselowitz dishes it off to Murray, who's back into the ball game here for OSP. Murray fouled, and that'll be a foul on Kester. And that's the second team foul on NWO.
Sideline.
And that comes at 3:08 to play here in the first half. Inbounds to Murray. She's got Kester on her.
Go.
Murray.
Come on, Addison.
Over to Graham. Graham with a shot. That's up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. Graham at the foul line. Shot is up, and it's good. Used, I think, every part of that rim to put it in, but she put it in. That's all that counts. The score, 15-8. Graham with 5 of those OSP 15. Kester giving it off to Homan. Homan gives it to McCoy. McCoy with Hunt on her. There's a pass that's intercepted. That's intercepted by Graham. Graham's going to push it to the other end. Graham's going to pull up with it. Graham spinning into the paint, putting it up and missing on that shot, and it's taken by NWO. NWO has it, and then it goes out of bounds. There's an errant pass backwards, and that's going to go back to Ohio Sports Plus. So the Saints are going to get this ball back with 2:20 to play in the first half. They lead it by 7. Inbounds it comes to Hunt. Over to Murray. Murray dishing it to the elbow. That is Graham. Back up top to Muselowitz. Over to Murray. Murray on the spin. Murray on the drive. Murray on the shot. Shot no good. Taken by McCoy. And then she has it stolen away from her by Murray. Murray giving it off to Rogers. Rogers in the low post. She gives it to Graham. Graham into the paint. She dishes it out. That's a shot that's up. That's no good. And that's rebounded by Turnwald. And then losing control of it. And that'll be a foul on Graham. That's the first OSP foul. And that comes with 1:42 to go here in this first half. And Moreland will check back into the ball game for OSP. And taking a seat will be Graham. Reindl gets a pick, takes a shot, and she's short on that shot, and out of bounds it goes. That's off of OSP, and it remains NWO ball. Inbounds it comes, and back out of bounds it goes, and that's going to be off of NWO and back to OSP. So the score 15-8, 1:28 to play here in the first. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. OSP up by 7 over NWO. Back to the action here. OSP leading it by 7. They have the ball with 1:20 to play here in the first half. That is Murray playing the point. She has got Reindl on her. Murray into the paint she comes. She's going to kick it to the high post. That is over to Moreland. Moreland
Come on, Elizabeth.
with Turnwald on her.
Square up.
Over to the left wing. That is Murray. Murray in the low post to Muselowitz. Muselowitz back to Murray. Short corner shot up. It is good. Murray with her first 2 of the game. 17-8 now the score. The Saints leading NWO with 50 seconds to play in the first half. That's Reindl playing the point. She's got Moreland on her. And she gets a pick from Thornell. Bounce pass into the short corner. There's a shot for NWO that does not fall. That is pulled down by Hunt. Hunt's going to push it up ahead, gets it across the timeline. Hunt, she has got Homan trying to contest her as she lays it up, and no good. So good job there by Homan on the defensive side. And there's a whistle. And that's going to be a foul on Hunt. The team second for the Saints.
Come here. Good hustle, Lydia. Way to get on that. Come here.
And it's Rindle who will play the point with 18 seconds to play here. NWO down by 9. Gives it off to Homan. Homan on the right wing. She's guarded by Weatherwax. And falling down with it, but getting the ball back. It's Thornell, and there's a foul on Murray. 3.7 seconds left to play here in the first half. NWO will take this one out of bounds. That's Thornell inbounding. And it's poked away by OSP. Can they get a shot up before the buzzer? There is a shot that's up, and it will be good. It will count. Count the bucket for Moreland. That is a 2-point basket at the end to make it 19-8. Good job by Moreland on the steal, and then the subsequent layup, and that is how that first half will end. OSP Saints lead NWO Ball Club 19-8. We'll be back with the second half here on GBA TV on Facebook and on YouTube. Back with the second half here. OSP leading at 19-8. It's Jeremy Scott, Caleb Graham on the camera. And OSP will get this ball to begin the second half. 12 minutes are set on the clock. And that clock continues, or starts to run, I should say. And that is Graham who's got it for OSP. She tries to bounce it into the low post, and she's able to Rogers. And then it's taken away by NWO. So NWO on the steal. They trail by 11.
Stop the ball! Stop the
Kester
ball!
up ahead. Kester from behind, that's Murray. Good pickpocket there by Murray. And now OSP gets it back. Up ahead it comes, and nobody was looking for the pass. Good thing that Weatherwax was there for OSP, or else that would have gone out of bounds on them. Into the high post at the foul line. Shot up from Muri. It is good. 21-8 is the score. 13-point lead for OSP.
Ball your man in the paint.
That is Kester.
Drop, Aaron.
Over to Hoffman. Hoffman
Help, Eddie.
drives it, kicks it, shot up, shot no good. That is Hawkinson. And out of bounds.
Good, Aaron, in front.
And it's,
Watch your
nope,
feet.
NWO's ball.
Ball pressure. Sorry, I'm yelling. Ball pressure.
Thornell out to Hoffman.
Help defense. Yes, Addison, we be there.
Hoffman.
Addie, get in the paint.
She's guarded by Weatherwax. And almost stolen away, but able to get it as Kester. And then Muri does tie her up. Jump ball, that'll favor NWO.
Addie.
Because OSP had the ball to start this half. Inbounding it will be Hoffman. Inbounds it to Kester, who puts up the shot, and that's no good. There to get it and put it back up. That is no good. And there's a foul. And that foul
You got a sub.
going to be on number 22, Graham. That's the first team foul for either side. And that's going to put NWO at the foul line. First shot is up, and it is no good.
Emery, hold your box out.
As Thornell will attempt the second free throw. It is good. So Thornell, 1 for 2 at the line, makes it 21-9. It's a 12-point lead here for OSP. Bringing the ball up the floor is Moreland. Moreland. Pivoting. Dishing. That's Weatherwax. Weatherwax with Hoffman on her. Bounce pass. That's over to Rogers. Back out to Weatherwax. Weatherwax is going to drive it. Stop. Bounce pass. Into the paint. Into the post. Shot is up. No good. And that was Conzila. And there's a second shot. That one is good. And on that shot, Moreland, she's got 6. The score, 23-9. Moreland guarding Kester.
Yes, way to get on it, White. Well, she's just
That's
learning.
Hawkinson.
She's right where she should be.
That's a shot that's up, and that's no good. And there's a tie-up.
That's like the 34th jump ball.
And this jump ball will favor OSP.
Watch it, Ash.
So 23-9 is the score. It's a 14-point advantage. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in here on Facebook and on YouTube. It is Jeremy Scott here at the commentary table alongside Caleb Graham on the camera. After this, we will be taking a break, but then we'll be back with plenty more GBA action throughout the day as there's a steal attempt, and it is stolen away by Kester, and then it's taken back by the Saints. That's Weatherwax who gets it back for the Saints. Up ahead it comes. That is to Hunt. Hunt is going to take the ball a little bit outside, and so everything will kind of reset here for OSP. That is Moreland on the baseline, and she gives it up. That is still taken away by Hawkinson. Hawkinson's going to take it to the other end, and she's going to have her pocket picked, and that's taken back by OSP. Weatherwax is going to push the ball up the floor, and I do believe that'll be a foul on NWO. If it is a foul on NWO, that will be on Kester. And it is a foul on NWO and Kester. As Weatherwax takes it out, passes it into Moreland. Moreland on Hoffman on her. In case you're wondering, the leading scorer for OSP is Moreland with 6. They've spread the ball around pretty well as Weatherwax drives it, puts it up and in. Emma Weatherwax with a 2, makes it 25-9. As Reindl on the other end.
Who's in help?
Gives it off to Turnwald. Turnwald
Help, Hannah.
puts it up. It's no good. Turnwald gets her own rebound. And then she's tied up, and she's able to get the ball away. So good job there by Turnwald to get the ball away before a jump ball could be called. It's over to Reindl. Kicks it out to Hoffman. Hoffman gets a pick from Turnwald. And that is over to McCoy. Being guarded by Hunt. Out to Hoffman. And there is a jump ball. This jump ball favors NWO. So we'll keep the ball at this end with 7:33 to play here in the second half. 16-point OSP lead. Inbounds it comes, and that's a shot that's up, and that's no good for Hoying. I'm sorry, not Hoying, Turnwald. I was looking at the wrong roster. There's a jump ball, and that one's going to go to OSP. So a couple of possession arrows here, and it's OSP's ball. It's Moreland. Being guarded by Reindl. Moreland. Pass. Over comes to Weatherwax, and there's a scramble for this loose ball, and it ends up in the hands of Hoffman. Hoffman's got it for NWO. Hoffman has it stripped away from her by Moreland. So just as soon as NWO got it back, OSP took it right back. Weatherwax pushing the ball down the floor for OSP. Passes it up ahead. That's to Hoying, who puts it up, and she is fouled on her way up. So Hoying will step to the free throw line because of that second NWO team foul. We're under 7 minutes to play. It's a 16-point advantage for OSP. Hoying with a chance to add to that lead. First shot is up, no good. As substitutions are made on both sides. And Hoying is unable to connect on the second foul shot, and that's pulled down by NWO. Pushing the ball down the floor is Homan. Homan into the lane, and Homan will post up. She'll pass it, putting it up, and in there is McCoy, who now has 4. It's a 25-11 ball game.
Motion, get there. Hurry up, Emma. Get there, Lydia. Hurry up. Go.
Back on offense, Muri and OSP. That's Muselowitz. Over to Weatherwax. Weatherwax dishes it out to Muri. Muri. Outside. That's Weatherwax who will play the point. She'll be guarded by Hawkinson. And that's stolen away by McCoy. McCoy's going to push it down to the other end. McCoy is going to stop and then lose control of it, and it's taken back by Weatherwax. Weatherwax gets it back for OSP, and up ahead it comes, and it's knocked out of bounds, and that's going to go off of NWO. So Weatherwax will inbound this ball for OSP. With 6:01 to play, OSP up by 14. It's 25-11. Inbounds to Muri. Muri. Pass over to Weatherwax. Bounce pass underneath. There's a shot that's up. That's no good. And that is Homan who has it. And what are they going to say here? They're going to say a foul on OSP. Didn't see who it was on. I think that may have been on Hunt. Thought I saw the referee signal a 3-3, and that would be Hunt. But in any event, it is NWO ball. Reindl almost has it stolen away, but Homan ends up with it. There's McCoy. McCoy with Hunt on her. Gives it out to Reindl. Reindl into the high post. That is Hawkinson who loses it. And a couple of players on the ground with it now. There's a jump ball. This jump ball favors NWO. The team stack. Homan will inbound it for NWO. And it's Reindl who ends up with it. Reindl with a shot, and that was partially blocked by OSP. Up ahead it comes to Weatherwax. Weatherwax has it on the break. Weatherwax on the shot, no good. And NWO tracks it down, and that is Reindl with it. Reindl trapped into that backcourt, and Weatherwax steals it away for OSP. Muri on the drive with a shot, no good. And following the shot is Hunt. but ending up with it is McCoy. Timeout called on the floor. 4:38 to go. The score, OSP Saints 25, NWO Bball Club 11. We'll be back on GBA TV. So 4:38 to go in this second half. The score 25-11, OSP leading NWO. It's Jeremy Scott here at the commentary table. Caleb Graham on camera. 5th grade game. That's Kester. Kester controlling. And that'll be a foul on OSP. That's the 3rd team foul on them. That foul on Rogers.
Addie, stay in the paint. Addie, stay in the paint. Right there. Coming left.
And that is Kester.
Get in front, Aaron.
Kester. Bounce pass over to Thornell. Outside to Hoffman.
In the paint, Addie, you're hugging.
Hoffman kicking it. That's over to Kester. Murray on her. Kester pivoting, finding Hoffman. Hoffman up to Hoffman. There are 2 Hoffmans on this team in case you're just tuning in. Thornell. Back to Hoffman on the drive, and that shot is up, and it goes out of bounds. And that's going to be off of OSP. OSP had its hands up there. A couple of players did, and it went off them and out of bounds. And it comes back to NWO. Inbounds, there's a quick shot, that's up, that's no good. Offensive rebound, put back opportunity, no good. And pulled down by OSP, that is Muselowitz. Muselowitz giving it up to Conzilla. Conzilla out to Murray. Murray with Kester on her. And there's a whistle. Let's see why. Oh, ball from the other court came over. So we resume action. That's Murray. She's got Kester on her. Murray is going to stop, shoot, and score. Murray now with 6. It's 27-11. Saints lead it by 16 over NWO. On offense, Kester. Giving it to Hoffman. Hoffman is going to take a shot of her own. That doesn't fall. Offensive rebound. Nice putback by Hawkinson with her first 2 of the ball game. 27-13 the score.
Watch it, Aaron. Stay with, change your speed. Where are you? Space.
Murray. Kester on her. Giving it to Weatherwax. Weatherwax with Hoffman on her. Weatherwax able to keep it away from both of those NWO defenders who tried to steal the ball away. And there's a shot that's up and no good for Conzilla. And an NWO player hits the deck, and in pain is Kester. And apparently somebody tripped over Kester, and so they're going to check on her. With 2:20 to play here in this game. That is Reindl playing the point. Reindl. Gonna drive a baseline, put up a shot, that's no good. And hitting the deck is Thornell. And that's gonna be a foul on OSP. No shot, obviously, but it is a foul on OSP. Well, there is a shot. All right, they're going to say that she was in the act of shooting. Thornell was, so she will step to the free throw line. That's why I'm here and not wearing a striped shirt. That shot no good for Thornell.
Hold your box out, Emery. Hold your box out,
Second shot. It is good. So Thornell is 2 of 4. She's got 2 points on the day, so you do the math. Her points have both come off of free throws to score 27-14. That's Hunt. Hunt. And that's a foul on NWO, the third team foul on them. Team stack off the inbounds. That's Weatherwax. And she gives it to Graham. Graham over to Weatherwax. Weatherwax. Bounce pass. There's a shot that's up, and that one's good. That is Rogers with her first 2. 29-14 the score now. Under a minute and a half to play in this 5th grade game. Don't forget, coming up next, we will be having a break in the action because, hey, listen, commentary team has to eat too, but then we'll be back, like I said, with plenty more action throughout the day and into the evening, as a matter of fact, as there's a shot that's up and no good for Thornell and taken by McCoy, and it's called a jump ball, and that possession arrow favors OSP. We're at a little over a minute to play. Now we're under a minute to play. OSP looking to just maybe dribble this one out if possible, as Muselowitz is guarded pretty closely by Hoffman. And stolen away on the bounce pass by Reindl. NWO down 15. Looking to score a few more points before this one ends. Thornell in the low post, puts up a shot. No points there. Offensive putback, no good by McCoy. And jump ball will favor NWO. So the clock stops again at 25.7 seconds.
Elizabeth, watch the basket. Emery, watch the basket.
Shot up, no good. Offensive putback, no good. Out of bounds it goes. And that'll be off of OSP. 18.2 seconds left now.
Elizabeth, watch it!
And that ball knocked out of bounds by OSP. So a little bit of time comes off the clock. We're at 16.4 now. As Hoffman will inbound it again for NWO. There's a quick shot that's up, and that was blocked. Blocked by OSP. Shot by Reindl was blocked. And OSP has it now with 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6. And there's a shot. And there's a foul on that shot. And so here we go. A couple of free throws forthcoming for OSP. And that's the 4th NWO foul. And that'll be Hunt to take these shots with 5.5 to play. First shot up for Hunt, no good. Second shot is no good. With 3 seconds to go, NWO has it. And there's a pass that's stolen, and that's how this one will end, 29-14. The OSP Saints defeat the NWO Ball Club in 5th grade action here at the Otterbein Classic. Jeremy Scott, Caleb Graham going to take a break for a game, and then we will be back with more action throughout the afternoon here on GBA TV. Thanks for tuning in.